Good morning, cob lovers and horse lovers. It's a Monday morning. The horses have had the weekend off, and often it brings its own challenges because it's a Monday morning and they've had a good rest, been eating constantly, and they can feel rather fresh. But anyway, I don't feel very fresh. I don't know, I went to bed really early last night. I've been feeling a bit tired lately, and this morning I feel, to use a colloquialism that young people use, I feel monged out and not altogether with it. So I'm going to take Jupiter around the village today, and while I do that, I thought I'd have a little chat with you all, because I never seem to run out of things to talk about with these horses. It is a lifelong quest to work with them, and you never stop learning, and each horse teaches me something. Without a doubt, I've learnt to do this work from the horses themselves. Of course, I have had some help along the way, but all the help in the world can't get you there, really. You need to bring it out of yourself, and that's what I've done. And so I don't really want too many more challenges at my time of life, but I'm very much still learning, and so I thought I might actually do a CobCast or a blog post on what these horses have taught me, as it's quite interesting because they all teach me something. The easy ones, the difficult ones, and in particular the difficult ones. So now with Jupiter, he's been here, and there's been a lot of CobCasts made of him. He's been here, I think, since May, and over the months of hard work and sometimes difficult behaviour, we have come out the other side, and we have got a good relationship. He's very tuned into me, and what that really means is, it's often taken the wrong way. People say, oh, tuned into the rider, which, meaning that the horse does what you want them to do, but that doesn't mean to say that the horse is tuned in from a trust perspective. It's just being compliant at that time. Well, Jupiter wasn't particularly compliant if he thought he knew best. So there was, I had to prove to him every step of the way that he could rely on me, and in doing that over the months, and it does take months, it doesn't just take a few rides or a few weeks, over the months, he actually, I get the impression, he's not finished, but we're at the stage now where he does actually trust me, and so from that point of view, we have a good relationship, and I can get, well, what can I say? I won't say cross. Well, I can get very firm with him, as the leader of the herd will do with another herd member. I can get quite firm with him. Always fair, always have to be fair with horses, and he actually, we'll have a little trot, he actually doesn't get upset. He says, oh gosh, well, I got that wrong. Now there's a driveway here, which for the last few months he likes to peer at, because once there was a car sticking out of it, and ever since then he's been a bit peery, but now he just trots on when I just give him a tiny flick of the stick. So we don't have any dramas at that driveway anymore. So anyway, so now I've got this relationship going with Jupiter based on trust, which I have earned by the sweat of my brow. And so each time we turn a corner, we can bring up the training another level. Now, some horses can go all the way through the levels, and some horses can be the best that they can be within the time that we have to work with them. So I'm just going to discuss some of the levels now. So the very first level will be to get the horse, to work with the horse, to get them quiet on the ground so they stand in their box, stand to be mounted, nice and easy to tack up, and generally relaxed when you're working without riding them. And when you start riding them, that they think forward, they go forward, and they're more or less straight. Now, I have to say, I don't mind saying, and I'm going to mention that with all the horses that we work with, like Jupiter and others, none of them understand forwardness in the true sense of the word. They're definitely not straight, no matter how much schooling they've had, and their mouths are usually not very nice. They either pull on the reins, or in his case they came behind the bridle. They don't have rhythm to their paces, and they feel very ill at ease when they're going away from home. So the first few months are geared towards, I can hear there's nothing coming, so I keep trotting. The first few months are geared towards establishing those things, and in establishing those things, trust is built so that you can actually ride the horse, because you can actually ride Jupiter now. And for a long time I was riding him, but I wasn't really riding him, and I think some of you will understand what I mean by that. You know, you can be riding a horse, but they're not actually letting you ride them. Well, he does now. He lets me ride him. He lets me make corrections. I'm coming up here because they always like to have a little spook, so we keep coming up here like this. And he says, oh, let me just stand. And of course, the standing, which can take a long, long time for the horse to agree to stand. It is agreeing to stand rather than holding them there. So if you're holding them there, they're going to do everything they can to get out of the contact, like, right, okay, walk on, like, go sideways, pull on the reins, go forward, go backwards, and of course rear, because that's the only way they can get out of the pressure. So we'll see what the village has to offer today. He'll probably have a little look round because it is a Monday, but I don't think it's going to give me any trouble in the village anyway.